everybody, and welcome back to the channel, which is at this point basically a huge love letter to one and only Ado. I never thought that after Lisa, I would be able to just fall in love with an artist like that. And trust me, I do like variety of music and I love many artists, but there is a certain spot on my charts that is just the highest godlike, goddish, by the way, coming very soon, godlike place. And there's just only a couple of artists right there. And right now, Ado is sitting there with Lisa, and I'm like, this girl completely stole my heart. Her incredibly brave singing style, her vocal arrangement, just overall the amount of content also she puts out. She's constantly giving us treats here and there, and I am absolutely here for it. And I made a huge mistake because after I reacted to her Odo live performance, I never really noticed that there is one more live performance from the same concert. I think it's from the same concert, and it is of her song from One Piece film Red, and it's New Genesis, which I was planning on reacting to anyways, but then I figured out there's also a live performance of it, and I will take live performance of Ado every day, any day, at all costs. So do not worry, there are gonna be a rest of the One Piece film Red reactions coming very soon. We're gonna be analyzing Backlight, we're gonna be analyzing the Fleeting Lullaby, which I think I'm gonna do in one video, but today we're gonna look at New Genesis live. But before we start, please let me remind you about my singing lessons. So if you've ever wanted to sing and you are ready to embark on that journey, let me help you and let me be your guide. I have a couple new spots open for the autumn period. So if you want to become my student, definitely go and check out my singing lessons. The link is gonna be down in the description and in the pinned comment. And now, without any further ado, Ado, New Genesis. Oof. So oh, that was dreamy. That was gorgeous. Okay, let me just, because we know that intros are the most impactful parts of the video almost for Ado, almost always. So I'm gonna replay it from the beginning again. I'm just gonna tell you something about it a little. So she's starting in a placement that, again, I don't think it's too stereotypical for her. She's placing a lot of her resonance towards the back. You can hear that the sound is a little bit swallowed, a little backed sound. It's a little pressed head voice. And here she reconnected to her chest voice, and that's why we're gonna get this really harsh flip into that belt there. Yes. So beautiful. That's such an odd tone there. You're just expecting a completely different tone, but I really like that compressed head. A little compressed head voice. Oh, it's so effective. Oh my god. I feel like One Piece film Red is such a reinvention for Ado. This is quite low for her, so she has quite a big range, even though she is actually not utilizing like too big of a range usually. She's actually working very well within a smaller range, but she's doing a lot of things, a lot of embellishment, a lot of modulations, a lot of stylization on a very small space in a very difficult area, which is mostly a higher transition place. But this is quite low for her. Tons of vocal flips, that's what we expect for sure. Okay, we're starting to put a little bit of a texture there. There was a lot of kind of yodely, which is that typical switch between her core chest voice and her head voice. There's a little bit of a yodely effect there. That was a flip into a little bit of a textured belt. I actually heard this song before. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, because I've listened to all of the One Piece film Red songs, and I love this song. I really enjoy it. It has this really positive attitude. Don't get me wrong, I do like her dramatic and very dark songs as well, but this is probably why I enjoyed so much, because it's a little bit atypical for Ado, and she is really showing her more softer side in this one. I also want to point out that what people don't really realize on her live concerts, she moves quite a lot. I know that we mostly see her shadow, but she has to work a lot with a big movement of her body. So it's going to translate into her shadow, right? If she would do just a tiny little movement, you wouldn't see too much actually being translated. You're going to see a very tiny shimmy here and there. So her movement, her body movement has to be pretty big and pretty obvious, so it would translate into her shadow. So her stamina is really admirable. Her head voice is so clear. I love that. This is obviously live. When she makes a mistake or she goes through a tiny bit of a tremble here and there, we can hear it. It's very natural. It's a very natural live performance. And she is hitting those high tones in that head voice so precise. And there are a lot of atypical tones that she hits so precisely. Like her feeling for the tone, the pitch is immaculate. The music. She's so used to those vocal flips that she not only do them in the belty spaces or in a higher places, she's doing them in her natural just automatically. It's such an integral part of her singing style that she does it just automatically everywhere. That was really cool modulation. So she went in a very released with ta-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then she started to slowly stylize it into the ta-da-da, ta-da-da-ta, ta-da-da-ta. So she started to push that sound a little bit towards the back. So even on the short phrase, she's constantly modulating and stylizing that voice into different shape and form constantly. that one high tone is really difficult, and she's flipping into ha, ha. You've got to have a really good support, good resistance, and trust. You've got to believe. So singing a lot of times, very often singing is about you really having that trust in your voice and in your capabilities. I've met a lot of really talented people that were very, very, very good technically. Like they've been doing it for years. They've been working on themselves, but they've always got really, really scared before, like, if I would give them something like Crime and Punishment, for example, to sing, they would chicken out, even though I technically know that they would probably handle that, but they would really, really get scared of that piece. And Ado, for me, is incredible, especially in this, because she's really not scared of anything. She just gets that flip, ha, ha, and really like obvious, heavy flip. She doesn't care what's gonna happen after that. She's got a lot of trust in her capabilities, and that's a huge part of the success in the end. The support is shmai ba. It has to be really precise, shmai ba, and a very stable one. So she is jumping right into the tone. There's a very, very direct attack on the tone there. That's very difficult. I love her movement on the stage too. She's so whimsical. Ooh! It's pretty high. And a very stable head voice. I love this song. And trust me, I've heard that song only once before. Because, again, I was going through the One Piece film Red songs that I was about to record, so I haven't heard Backlight yet or Fleeting Lullaby, but I was planning on making this one next, so I was just checking everything in the videos, okay? And oh my god, it's so addictive. It's such an addictive song that it drags you and it completely captures you. And Ado is a captivating singer, of course, so she's definitely part of that song, a visceral part of that song. This was a great live, and trust me, she's got a long concert, so she's performing like this for quite some time there. One of the things why I really admire her concerts and like Ado overall is because her technique comes out as very abrasive and harsh and really, really, really on edge, but she's doing a lot of things in a very smart way. So even if she puts a texture on, she is doing it in a correct way. Her vocal flips, actually, even though they are creating this very, very obvious effect, very heavy ones, right? Like exactly this, what I did here. It's not creating too much pressure on the vocal cords. It's not unhealthy for them. It's actually helping her to really stabilize in the tone that she's jumping into, which is very, very, very smart. She made them basically very, very, very important part of her singing style, a core part of her singing style. So you can definitely recognize Ado immediately when you hear those vocal flips. Like it's like, oh yeah, that's Ado. All right, well, let me know down in the comments if you would like to see Backlight and the Fleeting Lullaby, if you would like to see them in one video, or you would like it maybe separated in two, but I'm thinking about one because we still have a lot of performances for Ado to come. But if you have someone in your mind or you have any live performances for me, gimme. I am excited. I want them. I want them all. I want them all. But if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here is the video that YouTube actually recommends for you, and here is the rest of my Japanese reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.